Good morning. Today I'd like to speak to you about happiness and success, and I've been prompted to do so by David Labouchere, a retired army officer and now a leadership coach. Happiness and success are the twin goals of our lives, and the two are intertwined. By that I don't mean that you must have material success in order to be happy. You might find enormous joy in living a simple life, far from wealth and glory. In fact, I think you're probably far more likely to find happiness there. However, I do mean this. In order to be truly happy, I think that you have to have been successful in achieving the goals that you have set for yourself, whatever they are. And happiness and success, we should never forget, lie in emphasizing the needs of others, whilst of course not neglecting your own. However, success is a tough beast to track and hunt, and it can trap you. Sometimes, when we manage to succeed in something, we can find ourselves locked into repeating the maneuver that worked last time. And if we are trapped into replicating ourselves, into that repetition, then we limit our potential for growth and further development. We'll come back to that point about repetition later. An alternative approach, and I think a better one, is to continually reshape our definition of success and challenge ourselves to summit that mountain by a different route each time. This style of living is about forcing ourselves into continual progress, perpetual revolution. And now I think about it, the words progress and happiness might be closer than most people think. Happy people are present in the moment, and so are people who are making progress. And when we're happy, our brains and our bodies perform better. Our intelligence rises, our creativity rises, our energy levels rise, and as a consequence, our rate of progress increases. A year or two ago, I gave an assembly on Marxism, and I put the rather radical thought that we are, all of us, probably more likely to agree with Karl Marx than with Adam Smith, the father of economics. You see, Adam Smith invented the concept of a factory in which each worker contributes a tiny effort to the completion of the task, but is locked into repetitive and alienating labour. Education and work have followed that path of specialisation, and further, they've endorsed the false notion that people are essentially lazy and can be motivated only by money. Now, every study shows that to be false. We are motivated by something else. We're motivated by happiness and success, and they are a product of our own personal investment in the activity before us. Marx would have agreed, and in fact said so in Das Kapital. And when we look to each other and point to a third party and we say, you know what, he's in it for the money, we are making a justifiably negative comment. So let me repeat once more this morning that my recommendation to you is the route for you to take is better defined by Marx than it is by Smith. So what does this mean? How can we today move closer to happiness? Well, there is this hidden choice in life, acceptance of repetition or revolution, Smith or Marx. And I think happiness is for the revolutionaries. Mark Twain said that there are two important days in a person's life: the day they're born and the day they find out why they've been born. To find happiness and success, we must first ask ourselves why we have been born. Why is it that I do what I do? Is this my purpose? These are the questions we should ask, and the present tense is key. It is not about the future. It is about now. We will never find out our why if we're solely focused on climbing a ladder that is set against the wrong wall. So you must ask yourself this: what is the work that I cannot not do? If we can recognise our purpose, progress becomes meaningful and happiness is almost unavoidable. To enjoy purpose and meaningful progress, you need to do a little more than just find the right path for you. That path must be peopled by fellow travellers. You need partners around you to support you on your journey. And they are your family. They are your friends. They are those people we work with. And it works both ways. They are our support team, and we are theirs. Jim Rohn, the motivational speaker, once said, "You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with." And if that's true, then you all have a duty to seek out and spend time with those you admire, those people who impress you, who give you energy, or who have what you think you might need. Help them progress, and you will find your own progress accelerating. If we are fortunate, meaningful work will find us, and it will allow us to travel that golden road to happiness and success. We began this assembly by asking how you should go about finding your own personal happiness and success. I'd like to finish it with a much better question, and it's this: with whom will you find happiness and success today? Good luck in the hunt, gentlemen.